already. Good afternoon. Welcome aboard. We're just batting 1,000. We got Twitch problems. We got that guy behind the stick problem. We got all kinds of problems going on today. Hopefully, Twitch will stop twitching and be more stable than it has been here of late, or of this first few minutes of the stream. I believe we had a disconnect in there. If we get another one, hey, catch us on our YouTube. We have that in place, so when this happens, we can do it. Again, sorry for the ads refiring on you. I don't know if we're gonna. I mean, I could see us dropping again, so I hope not. But my apologies ahead of time. All right, we're gonna fly a flight from Sint Maarten, Princess Julian International, over to an airport, I didn't know much about. Hang on. There we go. I didn't know much about until Mac Air announced it as the destination of the month for this month. And I thought, hey, that'd make a pretty fun stream. Not a lot of people have heard about this place. It's called, I'm going to get this wrong, Mercedita. Mercedi will go with International Airport Ponce, Puerto Rico. Now, y'all know probably those who have flown to Puerto Rico, the main airports on the north side. This is actually to the south side. There is yet two other airports that I know of in Puerto Rico. One on the northwest corner. FedEx likes to use that one as well. And then another more general aviation type, which is what I thought we were going to when I first saw this. Oh no, I never knew about this airport down below. It's a up and coming airport for them. So it's in Flying with Mike fashion that we get to fly it. You know me, I like going to that other airport. So in the region. So and we get to show off a little bit of X-Plane 12 2.0 again. Always love doing that. So, all right, so it's Sint Maarten to Ponce, Puerto Rico in the ZIBO 737. So I hope y'all enjoy. Let's get in there where my ears at least are quieted down. There we go. I'll turn it up a little since we're running ATC today, not VATSIM. Yeah, we're going to run on board when you purchase X-Plane 12, now 2.0. The 1.3 update, was it? 1.4? Forget which one it was now. That brought us this wonderful ATC. I mean, I can hear y'all going, my gosh, that is the most boring way to fly. Really? Wait till you see. I personally think, and have told this many a times, I think instructors out there, real world, with brand new private pilot pilots, or better yet put, private pilot wannabe pilots, who are a little scared of the radio. And believe, for some reason, talking to ATC seems to intimidate people, and I don't know why. I guess they watch too much TV. I don't know. I've never had trouble with them in the real life. Matter of fact, they've helped me more than anything else. When I flew in the mid 80s, yeah, there were several times I got disoriented out there. Okay, I know that's the manly way to say, yeah, I got lost, which is not hard to do in the sky, folks. There isn't those mile markers out there we're all used to on the interstate, or traffic signs saying, hey, hang a left here and you'll make it. No. I wish it would have really helped. The one I just kicked myself when I saw what I'd done. The airport actually had the name of the airport on it, so you could read it from the sky. You know what? I flew by it once. But anyway, so anyway, So we're going to use this great onboard ATC to help instructors see. Now, I'm not telling you use X-Plane 12 to train them. What I'm using it, having you think about, is firing it up and putting a flight in and letting them hear that interaction between uh, either you or, the aircraft talking with ATC. Sometimes that's all it takes to help get that edge off. I actually had a person when I was training flip out, totally froze, did not, I mean, was just, I'd never seen this before. The tower dropped the lights on us after he talked. And that, he just went, okay, you get a lot of that dead silence in Flying with Mike. But anyway, yeah, he just went, he froze. And I'm sitting there going, holy crap. All you got to do is repeat it. So, anyway, I really think it's a good tool to introduce ATC to students, not to use to train. FAA, don't come down on Flying with Mike saying that is totally not allowed. No, to introduce what ATC is like so they get a little bit more. Like right now, I can get on an airplane radio, airport vehicle, key up, and after I get familiar with the airport, just like they're, you know, the guy next door, hey, how you doing? Yeah, we're here on da 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 da, going to da 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 da, and be off the radio in less than the time most of you take to figure out where you are on the airport to tell us where you're going. It's just an amazing thing. So we're going to showcase that today. So without further ado, let's get going. Sint Maarten to Ponce, Market. I cannot even figure out how to pronounce this. Mercedita International in Puerto Rico. So hopefully Twitch will behave. Usually when it does this, it doesn't. And I'm surprised it hasn't done it again. So hopefully we don't run into major issues. All right, and it's only the cool thing as we get ready to fire it up. That's how far we're going. Yeah, we're going from Sint Maarten over to here. The main airport in Puerto Rico is up here where the hand is. Down here now is where that is. There's actually another airport near that thunderstorm. And that's more to the likings of, oh, I'm sorry, there are two more. I'm sorry, I missed one. More to, I think, GA liking. There's one on this end of the airport that was actually the military at one time. And then up here is where Aquila, I think it is, FedEx uses or used to or still does use to get out of the heavy traffic here in San Juan. So, but anyway, today's flight, 36,000-pound payload, 180 peeps flying with us. We're going to block fuel at 11,900-ish pounds and fly at a cost index of 30 and 26,000 feet. So we're going to basically fly out of San Juan, the L204 to Coy, which is St. Croix. Alpha 555 to VEDAS, Gulf 633 to TUUNA, and then head direct for the airport. Sound like a plan? Game plan, I haven't checked weather. We're about to. Runway 10 is typically the departing runway, although it's a lot easier to go the other way. There's no big mountain in front of you, although even the heavy jets for Europe got over it, but they still made the turn. And 1-2 when we get over to Papa Sierra here in San Juan. Speaking of weather, 080 at 11. Just a gorgeous tropical day here in Sint Maarten. 82 degrees Fahrenheit. I have to say that now because our last flight we had someone go, "It's what?" Because the world, I get it. Everywhere but the U.S., you're all in the Celsius world. Which to us, we're like, what? So, it's fun. And we got some thunder showers nearby. But anyway, scattered layer of clouds at 1600. So, beautiful day here. Now, going over to Puerto Rico. Again, it looks like 1-2 is our arrival. Winds are 150 at 14, 10-mile visibility, and it says it's clear. Okay, with a chance of meatballs. All right, so let's pack it up, and it's a little warmer there, 87, 88 degrees Fahrenheit. So, all right, let's get rolling. We aren't going to worry about VATSIM. So, what I am going to do, well, let's get going. We'll talk ATC when we're ready. How about that? That would probably be better. So let's get this show on the road. And to do that, let's get our preliminary pre-flight underway. Let's pop the flight recorder, do our tests. Three green, engine look good, dome service light good. Do a quick test, good, good. Now I put this on heading status, your IRS display. The status will come up as the amount of minutes to alignment. Hey, original Godspeed, how's it going? Going great, sir. Hope you are having a fantastic day as well. And we're going to throw this into align. We have 6 minutes right now till align. Both on DCs worked. Align, align, go to nav. All right, let's drop down to the middle, do a quick look. All fuel pumps are off. We're on internal or external power. Lights are off, coming down. Everything's looking good. Pop the electric pumps off now. And for now, the preliminaries all look good. Let's head down here and pop us into a spot. Hang on, I'm going to zoom us a little bit. All right, so now with this aircraft, we don't really need to pull up the coordinate chart. You'll see why in a minute. Now, I know there was a video many years ago I watched where the coordinates were actually wrong. I personally have not run into that, but I watched it and was like, my jaw dropped. I went, I have never seen that before. So, okay, TNCM. All right. Now, if you don't have this box here, go up, check to see if you're in a line or nav, just, to make sure. I have run into that. Let's go to the next page. As soon as I get us back in. Oh, I was on the next page. Let's see. Today is the 7th. I use the left side on odd days, right side on even days. Head over here. Put it in. You don't have to, but I do. TJ Papa Sierra. All right. And right now, when this sucker aligns, it'll align up and we'll be fine. Nothing's waiting on us. All right, so let's get back to the panel here and get more in depth. Okay, all of our switches are good. Do a cross-feed check here real quick. He says real quick. Okay, good lights. Everything again is off, coming down on ground power. Okay. Not firing up the EPU just yet. Okay, let's get to work over here and start loading the plane. All right. Ooh. Why are we in kilograms? Hang on. Sorry, folks. I don't do well in kilograms. Why are we? Zero fuel weight's right. Huh. Interesting. Dropped. Oh, I think I know. I think I know. Hang on. Payload. Been a while since I've had to do this. That's why. There we go. What it was, there are 4 variants I think we saw there. There's one with 160 seats, 180, 187, and 189. Whew, boy, you get above 180. I can't imagine how crammed in you are. Whew. But anyway, we're 180. Still, a lot of people. No cargo, 130, and this is what triggered me right here. Our zero fuel weight was still correct according to our sim brief plan and our fuel. So I knew these numbers were right. Click activate. And what I'll do is go backwards. Here comes the jetway. I'm not sure how much of this is working. Take a look here real quick. There's the fuel truck. Here they come. And the loaders will show up, and then the caterers. Okay, all right. And that's all done, folks. On board, that was built in. Perfect. How much fuel are we going to actually uplift? 3, we're sitting at 6. We're going to put about 5,000 on, so it's going to take a little bit. All right, so we're loading the plane now. Now let's get back up. Let me finish what we started up here. Okay, everything. Window heat all on. Okay. This would be a good time to bring charts in. Oop, not Sim Toolkit. Sorry, folks. Okay, if you didn't know, you can import your flight into NavGraph by clicking the import and choose your flight. And then down at the bottom, pull up your charts. That's here. That's there. And we're looking at 28 feet. So we'll set it to 50 and we're going to 29. I think that's what I said. No, I think I said 26, so we'll set 27. Okay. All right, forward doors open, jetways up. We're ready to start. Oh, I'm kind of waiting on the fuel to finish before I fire up that APU. So we'll kind of get ahead of the game here a little. All right. Go to map just so I can make sure. Actually, I think it's set to 40. And we'll kind of just give me a second here to reposition. We're not gonna be able. All right, we're gonna have to do it where I'm the only one looking at the charts. All right, departures that we have available. All right, hang on. Oh, I can't do that. Cancel. So Gouda is where, you know what, this I can show. Here's how I'm trying to determine our departure. Good deal. As soon as we get this figured out, then we'll get going. So we got the Pelican and the Molt 2 departures to get out to Gouda. Actually, we have all of these. Bopat, Julian. I like the Julian, I think. Hang on. Of all of them, let's see Bopat. Okay, let's look at Modor. All right, and we're going to just go with Julian. Oh, no, we're not. I remember this one now. That one changed. Okay, we'll go with either Bopap or Moda. Well, now we have 10. Let's do the Modor. Is there any restrictions on it that we need to make sure we're not on a turboprop or something like that? It looks like it is not. All right. We could be changing with ATC when we get on with them. All right. Okay, there we go. All right. So that's how you can do this. And looking over here at the other end, we have nothing but our navs. Oh. We're planning 3-0. Thought we were planning 1-2. All right, to 1-2. We'll take to ZIBO and turn in. May actually go here, but we'll see. All right, so we are now set up. And you see how it puts it on your map? Makes it kind of nice to know what we got to do. All right, so we'll get rid of charts and let's first with the fueling complete. The heck was that? Huh. Let's get that left one on. Okay, APU is firing up. Okay, and real quick, go home. GPU disconnected. Okay, so what it's waiting on right now for the people to board is for me to turn the no smoking light to on or auto. Pretty simple stuff. They even tell you what you need to do. We'll go ahead and start it. They can wait on us if they have to. All right. So now let's get into the flight plan. So we'll request it. Give it a couple seconds. Okay, load it. Activate. Execute. Okay, so it has actually loaded our flight plan. If we go to next, we'll see it there. Okay, our departure 10. We're going Modor. I'm going to double check. Okay. Gouda. Execute. All right. So we got the flight plan adjusted. Let's go back to route. Perfect. Oh, wait. No, we don't. We still need to go to the arrival. RNAV 12. Execute. Okay, next page. TUUNA to ZIBO. We'll keep this open. Okay. Why? I'll tell you why, and very simply. I really don't know what ATC is going to make us do over there to get to ZIBO. So we'll just keep that in there, that discontinuity. Okay, initial request. Load. All right. Okay, our zero fuel weight. Hang on, I jumped ahead. 131.0 is good. Our fuel for the reserve. You can get that from your flight plan. See, reserve 36. 5.4. I'll just put 5 in there. Okay, everything else, 260, winds look good, everything. Ooh, transition altitude, is that correct? 5,000, yes. Okay, and that's all you got to do on this page. Go to the next page. Now, if you didn't know this, SimBrief, again, it's a very, very intuitive program now for us. It's an important one to have, and it's free. So, think about it. It even has takeoff, your performance information for here. So really, I highly, it's a free, just register is all you got to do, and it's there for flight planning, performance planning, everything. C D D D D D. The numbers look good. Calculate. Okay, flaps 5, takeoff. Okay, so 52. Flaps 5. Okay. Climb 2. Yeah, I think that's okay with where we're at. And okay, next page. Zero 4. Okay. Let's see if it'll do it. Down 0.0 diagonal. Heading on the runway 096. Cool. Wind 070. Backslash 11. Okay, runway wet. And it actually will tell you that on your takeoff performance. Everything else looks good. Outside air temperature look good. 28, does that match? We'll go with it. And 1000 looks good. Go to the next page to bring us back. Put in 5. Okay, and then their numbers 130, 139, 147. I like that. 140, which they gave us. 147, which they also gave us. Off. Okay, we're ready to go. That quick, that simple. Put this back to map. And ladies and gentlemen, we are just about ready to go. 63%. We got to get the middle panel set up. Okay, 147. Let's make it 157. V2 plus 10 is what I use. Okay, and all right, we're ready to go for the most part. I'll explain why I say it that way. Flight directors on. Auto throttles off. We set the V2. They say plus 15. That's more difficult in my head to figure out. Plus 10's easy. Fuel flow, reset. All right, altimeter setting here. 1014. Okay, minimums. Okay, and all right, landing gear lever down. 3 green. Speed brakes up, flaps show up, and 0 on the gauge. Thrust levers. Takeoff worked just fine. And start levers, idle cut, and parking brakes set. Radios are about to tune in. Once she says we're loaded, we'll go to the next step. I'm going to the next step and making sure ACARS is running. All right, ACARS is now running. Let's see where we stand. 5% more. All right. Okay, let's I really wish they'd have put these in alphabetically.
Boarding is now complete. Flight attendants prepare the cabins. Verify arm door, standby for all call.
Good morning, folks from the flight deck. Get your captain for the ride. It looks like it should be pretty good. So we're planning on a smooth ride. Get you there as soon as we can and as safe as we can. We'll talk to you once we get airborne. Welcome over.
Okay, let me go down here, lock the flight door. I think it already does that. Yes, that's Airbus, I'm thinking. Okay, flight plan. TJPS. TJSJ. 26123. All right, our route. Hang on. So what you're seeing is we're putting the flight plan in. I want to make sure you're seeing this. Yes. So you just go to your sim brief plan. And I am going to modify it, obviously, for the Mador. You just make sure it's not G OUDA. Wait a minute. Why did that not type G? Oh. All right, let's get our
Princess Juliana International, Caribbean 572. Hello, Boeing 737-800. Request IFR clearance to Ponce.
Caribbean 572. Cleared to Ponce. Routing as filed. Climb via My Oscar Delta Oscar Romeo 2 Golf Oscar Uniform Delta Alpha 2. Flight level 260. Squawk 3206. QNH 1014.
Cleared IFR to Ponce. Routing as filed. Climb via My Oscar Delta Oscar Romeo 2 Golf Oscar Uniform Delta Alpha to flight level 260. Squawk 3206. QNH 1014. Caribbean 572.
Caribbean 572. Readback correct. Contact tower 127.300. When ready for taxi.
Okay, so we said 3, 2. Okay, we're all set otherwise, ready to go. Okay, I hope y'all are ready. I think you all heard outside everything cleared away. I don't think I like the water textures. I think this is really the first time I'm getting a good look at them. Some of these clouds don't look right either. All right, let's get ready. Okay, we gave our welcome spiel. Let me just make sure we've done everything. Oh, we got a couple more things to do.
Okay, the cabin is secured. Have a good flight.
Now, one thing I do with the ATC,
Princess Juliana International Tower, Caribbean 572. Alpha apron position Alpha 2. QNH 1014. Request start up.
Caribbean 572. Information November current. Startup approved.
Princess Juliana International Tower, Caribbean 5.
Ah, I see what it was asking.
Pushback, straight back.
Caribbean 572. Stand by. Pushback tractor is on the way.
Seriously?
Commencing pushback. Release parking brake. Disconnect. Pushback completed.
Princess Juliana International Tower, Caribbean 572. Request taxi from Alpha apron position Alpha 24 departure.
Caribbean 572. Information November current. Runway 10. Taxi via Alpha. Hold short of runway 10.
Information November. Runway 10. Taxi via Alpha. Hold short runway 10. Caribbean 572.
Some things I wasn't expecting. It's kind of, they have made some changes to it. So I thought I'd, what the heck, let's give it a try. You see, I should have requested taxi, but I instead chose to push back. That's okay. What we'll do, release brakes. And before the question is asked, I do not know if you can turn these arrows off or not. I don't think this is how they do it. Now, if you have AI turned on, this is when this gets kind of fun because you'll have more traffic than just yourself. I've had lots of frame rate issues with AI, or I'm not turning it on properly. So I've kind of never tested that for them. Because all of us that purchase X-Plane 10, we're beta testers. And if we see a problem, go to the Discord. They'll tell you whether it is or isn't. I'm still a little on the fence on the issue I ran into with the A330 tolless. So there's a possibility it's a tolless issue, not a X-plane issue, where it just started immediately going backwards when you spawned into this one gate. Spawn into any other, it stayed put. So that's why I say may or may not be. I'm still on the fence because I loaded in with this aircraft, the ZIBO, and it stayed. That's why the fence. So, but since then, I've just flat out loved 2.0. Just been amazing.
572. Report ready.
Wilco, Caribbean 572.
Again, instructors seeing what I mean, how this could work to get newbies listening, understanding ATC a little better before actually putting them under the headphones, so to speak. All right, let's come up here, hold short, finish up, because I've got a lot of things to get going. But I really like this built in. Now, where this has always been a good part of any flight sim with it, I got to get up to the hold short line. Hang on. It's the landing side. That's where everyone has issues because they'll forget you sometimes. Or in this version that X-Plane has came up with, terminology may get you. And it's still getting me. And it's mainly because I don't do these. Okay, brakes are set. All right, let's finish up here. Okay, engine start switches to continues. Okay. Auto Blake, make sure is reject. Make sure we're TARA, even though it does not matter when you're the only plane. Heading bug, VNAV, RNAV. Yeah, we'll go ahead, try that, see if it'll do it. VNAV, RNAV, VNAV, LNAV, sorry, just realized what I said, and if someone texted me, thank you. And we're going to do one thing here with the lower. Go to System. Oh, okay. I've got to ask them, what is causing that? All right, let's go to work. Lower ECAM, go back to engine, and is good. And we're ready to go, I think. Yeah. Always like to make sure I didn't forget. Wow, I don't like that. Must be the way the sun is. Y'all ready to go fly? Let's do it.
Princess Juliana International Tower, Caribbean 572. Ready for departure.
Caribbean 572. Runway 10. Cleared for takeoff. Wind 090 degrees 11 knots. Variable 0602120.
Runway 10 cleared for takeoff. Caribbean 572.
The infamous beach you all heard about. Seen probably, where just like Skathos, they would sit on the beach, line up on the fence, especially if it was a heavy, and get ready for the jet blast. Now, I have heard a rumor that beach is now closed. I don't know if true or false.
V1. Rotate.
Whoa.
Positive rate.
Caribbean 572. Contact San Juan Oceanic Control. 118.150. Goodbye.
Contact San
1000.
Juan Oceanic Control 118.150. Caribbean 572. Goodbye. San Juan Oceanic Control, Caribbean 572. On my Oscar, Delta Oscar, Romeo 2 Golf Oscar, Uniform Delta Alpha, altitude 2000, climbing, flight level 260. Altimeter 2993, Caribbean 572.
Not sure why that wing dipped on me like that. All right, we're out. I hope y'all enjoyed. That was kind of fun, kind of a little hairy carry. All right, we're on and broadcasting to Millennium Aviation. Great bunch of people. I would highly encourage you to join if you're looking for one. Wing strike. Godspeed, you always watch at the wrong time. Welcome aboard. You know what? You know, this is actually I was thinking about putting Discord on, but you know, this is such a short flight. That may not be a smart move. I'll be honest, this first time we've been flying over the open water. Bear with me a second. I'm a little nervous how loud it might be on the exterior. Hopefully that did not blow your eardrums out. It's actually not as bad as I thought. I'd heard there were some troubles with the water. It doesn't look bad. Okay. Let's continue on to flight level 260 on course. Now, with the onboard ATC, you can, in the beginning, I think is where you do it, when you set your flight plan up, you can actually have it vector you to your fixes. So, for instance, we're going to be riding the, hang on a second, L204 from Gouda to St. Croix, COYVOR. It would actually, you know, give you the headings for each of those instead of you putting it in like that. It's your call. The big one, though, helps a lot when you're on standard arrivals, standard. I think it's more tailored to your instrument departures and standard arrival stars. So, something to always keep in the back of your mind if you wanted to do that. I might do that next time. Godspeed had a question. Fox hasn't gotten back. Okay, I appreciate it. Yeah, that kind of. I wish I knew. There's a few things I'd like to chit chat with him. I may find him on an event again. But he's saying I'm probably right. Well, we always know the captain's always right. No, just kidding. About the clouds make it look like it's blurry. Let's take a look again. Okay, we're through 18,000. All right, hang on to your eardrums. I guess that doesn't look too bad. The infamous Saba Island, I believe, off the left wing there, folks. If you haven't tried, ooh, And yes, Godspeed, your idea is in my mind right now of hitting these islands. The infamous St. Bart's. Y'all have seen it, the one you come down a hill to land on. Saba, the shortest commercial airfield in the world. 900 to 1,000 feet, I think it is. So yeah, I haven't forgotten that request, sir. And I may be pulling that one out of my hat. I was kind of hoping to do it after this today, but it I have just been so drained here of late, a lot of things on me, that I actually took a nap before this, which I normally don't do. But I have just been physically, mentally, just completely drained. And so that's why such the late start today. That and I went down for some quality time with the grandkid. And that helped out the wife a little so she could get some work done. So, but anyway, we're coming up to top of climb, and we'll start looking for top of descent here shortly. Curious. Will it let me, or will it not? Where is this PA light?
1,000 to go.
I'm guessing right here. But like I said, if this was a little longer of a flight, I would turn the Discord on. But it's, I mean, as fast as we're going to come up, plus we're listening for ATC, we're going to be coming down just as fast. Top of descent, 100 miles out. Cool. And looking at our arrival, depending how we do this, ZIBO is 3,000 feet. Okay. All right, let's get over here. Give it a try. First off,
Hello, ladies and gentlemen from the flight deck.
hey, that worked.
Altitude. Looks like we are anticipating on-time arrival.
I might be there, Godspeed. It may also be Twitch issues. I just looked down when you said that and saw my bit per seconds kind of wishy-washy again. But again, if we end up disconnecting again, folks, which I think we did in the beginning, it's always on YouTube if you want to catch this. All right, let's have some fun. Here's the scary people. It's funny, I got 180 people on it and I only show a few. I mean, that's nearly a full flight, depending on how you're set up. Not that many seats would be available. Oh, well. But yes, we are having some issues. Hopefully it's not too distracting to people. And if you are new to the channel, hey, welcome aboard. If you like what you're seeing, hey, smash that follow button. We are not on VATSIM. We are flying for Mac Air, Millennium Aviation Company, but we are not on VATSIM. Several reasons I made that call, but it also gave us a chance to see how the new ATC system is doing, and so far it's just magnificent. Man, love it. I'm going to check with the wife here and see how it's going downstairs with the internet. All right. So, yeah, I wish I hate days like this when Twitch is Twitch, but at least we're up and we're running. That's good. Hopefully Twitch will figure things out. Okay, that's good. At least her connection to work is doing well. Mine is either Twitch related or something else. Okay, and again, don't forget, you can always find it, folks. The YouTube channel here is, hang on a second. So, can always catch a lot of our all of our past videos. I don't know how far back they go, but there's quite a bit of past videos that I'm going through. Feel free, head to our channel. Love for you to subscribe over there and join our really growing audience over on YouTube. So, all right, currently in cruise, seatbelt light off. You know what? I need to turn this one off. And we're looking at about 67 miles. All right, again, as you look here, there's a discontinuity after TUUNA. That is because I don't know what these guys have in store for us. So with the ATC. So we'll kind of play it by ear. But Caribbean Airlines. I really like this livery. ZIBO 737-800. I do, and I'm pretty sure Godspeed asked, do you put in a squawk number with the onboard ATC? Yes. First off, when you start your IFR flight, you're given a squawk code. So I put it in. How important is it in this situation where there's no online traffic to bother us or anything? It's not going to be a problem. If you're on VATSIM, yes, you definitely have to. But with onboard ATC, I would. Worst case, they're going to say, hey, squawk, what, 3206. So let y'all get it in the light. Okay, we're over St. Croix. Uh-oh. The little one's upset. You know, it was really cool this weekend to be at my other granddaughter, who's 1 year old. They were born I think it's 5 days apart, 5, 6 days. And one of the relatives on her husband's side had a child just a little younger than our two, and to see him walking, that was really cool. 11 months walking already. And I know there's some out there even earlier. That was just incredible. And now if we could just get this one downstairs to not be so afraid. I think it's just she's more comfortable. I'll just drop down and get after it on all fours. So, and she does move. I'm here to tell you. So, but that was awesome seeing that one child at 11 months walking. I'm guessing at a year he'll be doing wind sprints for basketball. So, all right, let's see if there's a VOR out there for it. Hang on. There is not. Oh, that is just lovely. Oh, there we go.
Descend and maintain 1,000. Caribbean 572.
Okay, now I'm requesting descent winds. With ZIBO, it works a lot off of sim brief. So if they have winds, they'll put them in. If they don't, it'll say no wind data. So that's fine. You know, boy, that sun. Oh, there it is right there, right in our eyes. All right, descent checks. Okay, we're started. Fuel switches back to continues. I meant engine switches if I said it wrong. We got the fasten seatbelt lights on, landing lights at 10,000. Altimeter will be set when they tell us to, but I'm assuming 18,000. This is a U.S. territory, so I take 18,000 as the altimeter point. Okay, blanking the lower ECAS window, that allows you to come down here and you can actually set left or right or center for the camera right outside the cockpit door, and that's what you see. All right, I'm going to go ahead because I don't know. Let's go ahead and put that in so it doesn't screw with us in case we go past it. All right. So we know there's no VOR. Looks like there could be a pretty good set of beaches there on the south side of Puerto Rico. Never been. We were looking at a cruise, the year COVID. Oh, no, no, no. This would have been before. Couple of years before COVID, that we would have flown into San Juan and flew out there in the east, or cruised out in the Eastern Caribbean. And we had to cancel because of my wife's job getting into some really hairy times. And that's a lot of money for a cruise. Boy, would that have been fun, seeing Sint Maarten, Barbados, St. Bart, I think we went to, or was it the other one that I get them confused? But anyway, just would have been fun. You know, we may have to revisit that idea. Since we've already done Alaska, and Hawaii has just struck out every time we've tried to do a cruise to them. Maybe we'll do that. All right, so we have RNAV approaches ahead, or approach. There are no instrument landing systems at Ponce, so we don't have technically a frequency to dial in. However, what I am going to do is set up 104, and it looks like we're kind of coming in. How long is that? That's a warp. At about 5 miles, we'll turn in. So we'll kind of see how this works. And no, we are not doing any full procedures where we have to hit the hold and all of that. Worst case, if he gives me a visual, I'll take it. Let me do this. Steepen it up a little bit. Okay, we've got a few clouds at 6,000 now, 2993.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again from the flight deck here, we are on our descent. Seatbelt signs going to be back off for our rattle. If you're up and about, please turn your seats, fasten your seatbelts. Still showing well
And the weather I just put up for you for the airport is about 5 minutes old, or 15 to 30 minutes old.
San Juan Oceanic Control, Caribbean 572, request altimeter.
Caribbean 572, altimeter 2993.
Altimeter 2993, Caribbean 572.
Caribbean 572, expect Sembo 4 RNAV approach runway 12.
Sembo 4 RNAV.
All right, that's what we request.
Caribbean 572.
Caribbean 572, descend and maintain 7,000.
Descend and maintain 7,000, Caribbean 572.
$7,000 now. All right, we're skirting along Puerto Rico. All right, let's see where we are. Let's go ahead, pull the numbers down.
Caribbean 572, fly direct Ponce.
Fly direct Ponce, Caribbean 572.
Caribbean 572, continue present heading, reduce speed 200 knots or less.
Continue present heading. Reduce speed 200 knots or less, Caribbean 572.
All right, our next descent will get us to about 3,000. Okay.
Thousand to go.
Hopefully we can get off at Echo, but worst case Fox or Golf at the end. Okay, so reduce to 200. Okay, we're done. And we're there. Okay, speed brakes in. Ah, who put that sun in front of us? I don't like the sunglasses, by the way. Overdone this time. That's okay though. To each their own. I'm not getting at all into any kind of contest, you know. All right, just for planning purposes, should we have to shoot a missed approach, it's a climbing right turn to 3000, direct SIPO, and we'll hold. So then we would do the teardrop entry and do right-hand turns. For now, I'm not certain what all we got planned. Other than we need to get down.
San Juan Oceanic Control, Caribbean 572, ready for descent.
Caribbean 572. Descend. Pilot's discretion 3000.
Descent, pilot's discretion, maintain 3000, Caribbean 572.
Okay, right into the good thing is, guess what? It'll be behind us on the approach. Just got to put up for it right now. Oh, wow. Are we on the right frequency? No. Interesting. Supposed to be 18075. If the chart and what they've done here is correct. I'm not going to balk at them. I just thought I'm looking at frequencies and not getting any. CTAF 122.7, so those of you that like short flights, I just gave you two, actually three. You could fly out of Sint Maarten to Ponce, which is what we're doing. You could fly back, obviously, Sint Maarten to San Juan on the north side, or Aquila. Those are three airports here in Puerto Rico, plus you have the Virgin Islands, St. Croix, and St. Thomas. So nice short flights, not going to take a lot. You can use onboard ATC, and it makes it pretty simple. I'm going to go ahead and kick out a couple notches of flaps. another air. Wait a minute, that is Ponce. That's our airport. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead, reduce the vision here. All right, I am not gonna like this, so I'm not sure what his plan is.
Caribbean 572. Turn left heading 270. Report the field at sight.
Turn left heading 270. Report the field at sight. Caribbean 572.
1,000 to go.
San Juan Oceanic Control. Caribbean 572. Field in sight.
Caribbean 572. Cleared for RF approach runway 12. Contact Ponce Tower 118.75. Goodbye.
Cleared for RNAP approach runway 12. Contact Ponce Tower 118.75. Caribbean 572. Goodbye. Ponce Tower. Caribbean 572. Inbound runway 12.
Caribbean 572. Ponce Tower. Hello. Continue approach. Call final. Information Tango current.
Continue approach. Will go. Information Tango. Caribbean 572.
Okay, landing checklist. Okay, seatbelts are on. Landing lights are on. Altimeter set. Course set. We're coming in visual for the most part. And here we go.
Ponce Tower, Caribbean 572, final runway 12.
Caribbean 572.
Thousand to go.
Okay, I've got the airfield.
Thousand feet stabilized, Mr. Birch, altitude set.
Approaching minimum.
Landing.
Minimum. $500. $400. $300. $200.
Caribbean 572. Runway 12, clear to land.
100.
Wind 120 degrees 16 knots.
Runway 12 clear to land. Caribbean
50,
572.
40, 30, 20, 10.
Caribbean 572. Vacate left.
Vacate left.
80 knots.
Caribbean 572.
Well, looks like we go most of the runway. All right, that was fun. I'll take a look at the approach here in a minute. That actually was a fun landing. Again, highly recommend this airport. I really do. Right now, at least.
Caribbean 572. Taxi 1 via Foxtrot, Alpha, Delta, and Ram.
Taxi 1 via Foxtrot, Alpha, Delta, and Ram. Caribbean 572.
Okay, so that worked out good. Off, off. Poo on. All right, running through the afterland. All right, up to the top while we slow roll it in. Probe heats off. Stabe trim. Anything else up here? No. All right. Weather radar and trim to 4 units. So what'd you think of onboard ATC, folks? I hope you enjoyed that flight. That was actually, sometimes it is a little better than VATSIM. I mean, sorry guys. The only thing that I didn't like, and you know, it's again to each their own, that I had to do the partial hold, bring us back around, just to be able to set up for that approach. Also, the when on final, are they talking that little turn? I mean, granted, this is a lot like flying the rivers in a very sensible instead of a little radical, but you know, that was one thing that kind of caught me off guard on it, how long it took for the cleared to land, especially since we're the only aircraft. All right, so we're going in. I have no idea what gate they're sending us to. I don't even know. You know what? Let me see if I even have a gate chart. No, I don't. I really don't. Kind of a neat little. Oh, they do have jetways. Okay. Ah, we're going to that far one, it looks like. Now, for those curious, American Airlines does fly in here. Why they don't just use San Juan unless they're trying to get out of there? Because that used to be like a regional hub for them. I don't know, but out of JFK and out of Orlando, I think it is, they fly. Or it's a different airline out of Orlando. But anyway, we're here, folks. And we're just about to the ramp. Let's make sure our flaps are indeed retracted. Missed one. Okay, so a couple things we learned about some of the new things with ATC here. If you don't mind doing a straight back or a 90 and you know where you're going to end up, I'd say request a pushback. Otherwise, request taxi. That's what I usually do to kind of figure out how to tell my tug, where do you want me? But this was fun. Okay, brakes are indeed set. Double check. All right, probe heat, weather radar, I never turned on. Matter of fact, that's one thing I need to check. Any of these working? Not yet. Okay. This is something we have been waiting for quite a while from, oh my gosh, I think when they released the Caribbean update several months ago.
Ponce Tower, Caribbean 572, shutdown.
Caribbean 572. Shutdown approved.
There we go. Now I'm comfortable they're on. Okay, parking brake APU bleeds on. Fasten seatbelts can be turned off. Hang on. All right, fuel pumps. All right, we're done. Let's pop out and take a look. All right, there she is. Caribbean Airlines 572 has arrived. Let's see. Smart cars. Pirate filed. Doesn't tell me what I did. That's my only thing I don't like with Smart Car 3. I actually have to go in here, look it up. And even then, Smart Car still makes it difficult. At 1,000 feet, 3 miles to go, 153 degrees, touchdown 311, they're telling the airline. Okay, we'll take it. I think it was a little better, but hey, not gonna squibble over it. And I'm also gonna get over here to announce I arrived. Yep, it did. Doggone it. It did put 2 out. All right. I'm just going through Discord real quick, catching things up. All right. We'll give it about 20 seconds here and we'll review the flight and call it a day. I did have plans to do a second flight, but like I said in the flight, I have just been exhausted. Not from all the streaming I've done. It's just a lot bearing down on me, and I'm just exhausted. So anyway, I took a nap prior to, which ate up a lot of our time. Also, playing with the granddaughter helped. So anyway, we're on the ground here in Ponce. I like saying it that way versus trying to say Mercedia International. I'm still butchering it. Sorry, folks. But yeah, that was fun. We flew with the X-Plane 12 ATC. Hope you liked the run. Nice short, nothing long. We do need to try a longer flight just to see how that all interacts. Even possibly an oceanic flight of some kind. So here we are sitting on the deck. Just we're gonna get in here, get a couple things set. We don't have the chocks in. No, we'll keep that off for now. It's kind of noisy when you do that. All right. Let's see out here. All right. So let's take a look at Elevatech. Here's our simple flight. You can see very limited aircraft. Now there's a bunch on the ground now at actually ATC went down. Wow. There was a group flight I saw coming out of the Dominican Republic for Sint Maarten. Since they're on the ground, he's probably gone. That's sad when that happens. I wish there was a way to stop those kinds of things. How is the problem? So anyway, that's not though why. I'd have gone online and talked. Just, why not? We're testing out 2.0. Let's see what all it's doing. And I'm going to tell you, this airport's pretty cool. Let's get over here, check our airline, and the flight 308, 126, 1 point, we'll call it 1.5 Gs. Not bad. Elevatech, by the way, those curious, is in alpha. Hopefully making a move here soon. We'll see. I don't know. By the chatter, I'm hoping here real soon, but don't really know. So we'll see. But it's a good program. If you're into Volanta, don't like paying all the fees, you may like what comes out with Elevatech. There's a lot of fees. Where I like to be is Sim Toolkit, mainly because there's a lot of tools here that are, I mean, just amazing to use. They got us 362 at 126. So let's see how that all looked. And I'm going to show you why I prefer Sim Toolkit over Volanta type. And I know all you guys are really using this for us. Where's ATC? Where's traffic? You know, where's my friends? And so forth. I don't blame you. I get that. I like to learn. If you're going to give me tools, I want to learn. And this one will do it. So here's the Volanta part. Yeah, that's all you get. Your flight time, just under 200 miles, 2,600 kilograms. And there's what we landed at. But where this outdoes Volanta is next page. Click that view report. What it's going to show you is where you touch down. And I had a feeling that was coming. So a quick look at the airport. This area right here down to the turnaround and out, that is a displaced takeoff threshold. Not supposed to land in it. Hang on just a second. I got to say goodbye to the granddaughter. Bye, miss. You gonna take your Minnie Mouse home? Of course. See you tomorrow. 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 All right. Sorry, folks. Had to have again. Last bit of quality time with the grandkid till tomorrow morning. But anyway, here's what I like. You get across the top there of the picture how far down the runway you touch down, how far off the center line. I thought we were in the large aiming hash marks. Obviously, we were about 34 feet short or 36 feet short. Hey, we'll take it. We're on the safe side of the runway and it looks good. Over here, we get our touchdown details. This is where you can see, okay, we had a little bit of a tail or wing down. Not sure positive, negative, which way that is. But you can see how this broke down. But this is pretty cool seeing where you touch down. Of course, you can always run the replay to see it otherwise. Here's what the airport looks like in real life. So it looks pretty good. They've done a great job at X-Plane recreating. And all the GA aircraft here. So, but anyway, that was fun. I hope you all enjoyed. I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up here and wish you all a great Monday night. Hope your week started well. Hope those of you coming into Tuesday already are seeing it still going pretty good. And we'll see you tomorrow. Hopefully more closer to our usual 11 o'clock Central Time start. No guarantees with this, how I've been feeling lately. So could use some prayers probably. So if you're that kind of person, I appreciate it. So for now, I bid adieu. And we'll see you tomorrow. hopefully at 11 o'clock Central. I have no idea what we're flying. Got a couple ideas percolating, but it is what it is. So you all have a fantastic night. And the verse of the day is actually a pretty good verse as we get ready to roll into Easter here. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? The Lord is my stronghold of my life. Whom shall I be afraid of? It's a good Psalm 27:1 that David wrote many years ago, and still more applicable probably today. Oh no, because even back then he was running for his life a lot from King Saul before he took complete reign over Israel. So again, if you're like me, exhausted, a lot bearing down on you, a lot beating you up, just remember the Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? The Lord is the stronghold of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid? So, y'all have a great night, and God bless you all. We'll see you tomorrow, hopefully at 11 o'clock. And yes, I am working on it. I know we just had a disconnect, and I hope y'all have a great night. God bless. We'll see you tomorrow.